Welcome to Ageless Secrets, where we explore the hidden forces of health, vitality, and meaning where ancient wisdom meets modern science. Today, we ask a profound question. Why do some people not just live longer, but thrive longer? What is the paradox behind longevity, not merely surviving, but flourishing? In the next 40 minutes, we will journey through stories, insights, and discoveries that reveal the deeper truths of why some thrive long. Prepare to awaken your perspective, because longevity is not just about years, it's about quality, purpose, and rhythm. From the earliest human civilizations, we've looked at the elders, those who persist in vitality into their 90s and beyond, and asked, what do they know that the rest of us don't? In remote regions, in so-called blue zones, people regularly reach extreme age with clarity, connection, and joy. It is not luck, It is a constellation of habits, mindset, environment, and purpose. And therein lies the paradox. To age well is not to resist. Aging it is to embrace a way of living that evolves with time. Science now reveals that longevity is shaped not just by genes, but by how our genes are expressed, by how we live day by day. Our cells are influenced by our environment, our relationships, our stress patterns, our food, our sleep, our sense of meaning. In other words, the biological map is responding to the life we live. And the people who thrive long are those whose lives send the right signals to their biology. Take purpose. For example, research shows that having a reason to get up in the morning correlates with longer life and better health. It is not necessarily a grand mission, but some meaningful connection that keeps one engaged. When you wake with intention, your biology responds with greater resilience. Emotional health, social connection, and purpose intertwine with physical vitality. Then there is movement and rest, not as extremes, but as balance. The longest living communities do not push themselves to exhaustion, nor do they live sedentary lives. They move naturally, continuously, in ways that sustain the body and mind. They also rest in accordance with the day, the seasons, and their needs. They rise when it's time to rise. They rest when it's time to rest. They are not in a perpetual race, they are in rhythm. Food becomes information, not just fuel. Whole, simple foods grown close to home, shared with community, eaten with thanks, they send signals of abundance, connection, and repair. Processed, disconnected meals send confusion, inflammation, and decline. The people who thrive long tend to eat lightly, eat often, eat together, and they incorporate fasting or periods of less food, not out of deprivation, but out of alignment. But the paradox deepens further. Stress is inevitable, but how one responds is the secret. Those who thrive don't avoid stress, they cultivate resilience. They move through challenges. Yes, but they recover. They rest. They belong. They laugh. They forgive. They connect. And in that recovery lies the regeneration that builds longevity. In every cell of your body, there are mechanisms of repair and renewal. Genes called sirtuins, pathways of autophagy, mitochondrial efficiency. They all respond. The people who thrive long have activated those pathways, not by chasing youth, but by aligning with life. They awaken their biology to flow, not fight. They live with the reminder that age is not enemy, but teacher. Look closely at those who live longest, and you'll find not just physical health, but emotional harmony. They forgive easily. They let go of resentment. They laugh often. They stay connected to community. They celebrate small things. They walk outside daily. Their hearts are not heavy with regret or bitterness, but light with gratitude. That attitude alone of peace, of acceptance, creates biochemical changes that reduce stress hormones and strengthen immunity. In Okinawa, Japan, elders in their 90s still garden and meet friends daily. They speak of their ikigai, their reason for being. In Sardinia, Italy, families eat together, walk together, and honor elders as keepers of wisdom. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, people live close to nature, working outdoors, eating beans, corn, and fresh fruits. None of them live long by accident. They live long by alignment with the land, with each other, and with themselves. Adds. As we look to the future of aging, one thing becomes clear. The paradox of longevity is that the more you align with nature's rhythms, with your inner rhythms, the less you fight time and the more you win time. You begin to live not just longer, but deeper, wiser, with light in your eyes and presence in your being. Modern medicine is now beginning to rediscover what ancient wisdom has known for centuries, that aging is malleable. Our bodies are not machines that wear out at a set time. They are dynamic systems that respond to care, attention, and rhythm. When we live out of harmony, too much stress, too little rest, too much artificial light, too little connection, the system falters. But when we restore the rhythm, the system heals itself. The longevity paradox, then, is not about resisting time, it's about mastering time. It's not about freezing youth, it's about evolving through the seasons of life with grace. The ones who thrive long are those who never stop learning, never stop adapting, and never stop loving. They accept impermanence as the rule, not the enemy. And in doing so, they remain ageless in spirit. Longevity is not achieved through one secret supplement or breakthrough treatment. It is cultivated in the quiet choices of everyday life, in how we breathe, how we eat, how we rest, how we relate. It is found in laughter shared, in a calm evening walk, in the simple gratitude of being alive. Those who thrive long have learned to live fully in each moment, so that time itself becomes their ally. Imagine your own life guided by this wisdom. You wake with light, breathe with awareness, eat with gratitude, move with purpose, and rest with peace. You surround yourself with people who lift you, not drain you. You forgive more easily. You pursue passions, not obligations. You spend more time in nature than on screens. You live simply, but deeply. In that life, longevity is no longer a goal, it's a natural outcome. So, let your day become a ceremony of renewal. Let your later years become a season of harvest, not decline. Let your body age gracefully, because it is alive, connected, and honored. Let your mind sharpen, because it is curious and kind. Let your spirit deepen, because it is rooted in gratitude, service, and wonder. The real paradox is this: the secret to living long is to stop trying so hard to live long. Instead, live well. Live meaningfully. Live consciously. And the years will follow naturally. Thank you for journeying with us today on Ageless Secrets, exploring the longevity paradox. Why some thrive long. If this episode inspired you, share it with someone you love, someone you believe in, someone who seeks a life of purpose and vitality. Remember, thriving is not reserved for a few. It is available to all who choose rhythm, purpose, and wisdom. Subscribe for more deep explorations of health, meaning, and timeless living. Until next time, stay vital, stay curious, and stay ageless.